Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy back at it again. This time I'm dropping the Jason guide today. How to play Jason, how to approach with Jason, create pressure, all the things you need to know on how to play this character in a higher level. He works, he definitely works. Definitely hard to play though, so I'm here to teach you today what to do. Now, we'll start off with how to approach as a Jason. Now, you want to have armor all the time. Every time you can get it, every time you create spacing, you want to activate it. And never forget what characters have armor break and what you should do. Now, a tip with the armor that you can do is you can teleport with the armor and it won't break the armor. You could teleport around just to create pressure, scare them, and sometimes you might catch them on burnout, or you might catch them lacking. If they're not dodging and they're being irresponsible with their dodges, you can, like that, boom, it works. Especially on that move because of how big of a hurt box it has. But yeah, you catch them off guard, you create pressure, it scares them, it makes them burn their dodges. That's a very big tip on what to do with that armor. And that's pretty much how you're going to want to approach going forward. Let's go ahead and get into some combos. Okay, as for combos, you're always going to want to do jab as long as you have your armor, because if you don't have your armor, it's you get punished very easily, like very easily for it. If you don't have armor, a good way to approach them is with that. What you can do is you do this on them and you can keep a combo going, or they will dodge and you have enough time to activate your armor. Now, another approach tool that I don't recommend using against very good players, but if they're on burnout or if they're not the best players, is teleports. Teleports, you can teleport into down air. It works a lot of the time, I promise it does. I do it a lot. You can teleport into side air, teleport into grab, a lot of things you could do. Teleport into up air, teleport into up special. Yeah, that's pretty much the best ways to approach as Jason. I don't think there really is anything else. You can approach with that, but that's not so safe as the other options. And with your hitbox, you want to play as great as you can because he's combo meat. Most of the time, you don't want to play up in their face unless you have the armor. And like I said, if you're not up in their face and you don't have the armor, this move right here catches a lot of people off guard, especially when they're on burnouts. Their reaction time has to be insane for them to get out of that. Let's go ahead and get to actual combos you can do now. Alright, so we're going to get into the combos. I'm going to be showing the easy, then I'm going to be showing how to read with this character, and then I'm going to show you some hard combos to do. Some pretty cool things you could do with this character that you most likely did not know about. Alright, so easy, let's get into it. Jab, jab, down. Jab, jab, up. Jab, jab, up B. Jab, jab, teleport, which is going to be your kill confirm. And yeah, that's the jab, jab combos. Now, let's go ahead and get into other things. Let's get into the medium combos. Alright, so this next part is very crucial. What you're going to want to do with this character, sometimes you're going to want to do single jab or double jab loops depending on whether your hitbox is big or small. Now for Shaggy, he has like a medium sized hitbox, so for him we're going to want to be doing double jab loops. And let's go ahead and get into that. Let's show you what it looks like. You're going to do jab, jab, down, jab, jab, down, jab, jab, up B. Now, you don't have to do up B, you can do jab, jab, teleport, or you can do jab, jab into his other jab and just grab them and throw them off. There's a couple things you can do. But yeah, that's about it for that. Let's go ahead and show you why we don't do single stomps against Shaggy. Alright, now I'm going to be explaining why you don't do single jabs against Shaggy. Against bigger hitboxes, yes, you do single jabs. I'll explain why you want to do single jabs stomp with later on in the video. I'll just explain it later on. It creates setups and I'll show them later. But for now, let me show you why you don't do it. You can only get like 19 damage true off of single jab. Now there is some things that you can do if you mix up, which I'll show right now. Alright, now let's show you mix-ups with that. Now, the mix-ups are insane. Like, if you can learn how the hitboxes work on the jab and just learn whether you need to determine 1 or 2 jabs, you will get some pretty good plays and you will get some really nice damage. I will show you this mix-up right now. This is 55 damage. Just from one jab, 0 to 55. Almost a kill confirm at that, and this is really easy to do if you can learn how to manipulate the jabs. So you're going to do single jab into down jab into down jab into single jab teleport. Now you might be wondering, why did I not do double jab teleport? I'll show you right now. So we'll go ahead and do jab 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 double jab. Double jab teleport isn't true. When they're off stage, they can dodge out of it. It's only true on stage. When they're off stage, they can dodge it. That's why we do single jab teleport. And there's some other techs that I'm going to teach you with single jab later on in the more advanced stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much the mix up. 53 damage, true combo. Definitely learn how to use his jabs. Rewatch it a couple of times if you have to. It might take a minute, but don't give up on it. It really is good. Alright, now for bigger hitboxes like Jason himself, I'm going to show right now why you want to do single jabs. Single jabs create a lot more combo opportunity because there's only so much map. You can continue this loop forever sometimes, but the map won't let you do that. So let me show you why you want to do single jabs against someone bigger like Jason. That is a 59 damage combo, and they have to jump at you. They have to jump at you, or they have to dodge in, which they will most likely do it because they're panicking. They don't know what to do. They're all the way off stage just from one jab. And you can do Sair, you can do grab. There's so many things that you can do that will most likely connect because of they're terrified. They're trying to figure out what to do. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up why you want to do single jab sometimes. Alright, now let's showcase what you can do against a character like Finn. Smaller hitbox. There is smaller hitboxes than his, obviously. There's Gizmo, Stripe, Marvin the Martian, and all those. But there is loops that you can do on them too. They're just a little harder to pull off, so I'll show that a little later on. For Finn, believe it or not, you can do pretty much the same thing you did to Shaggy. Actually, you can do the same thing you did to Shaggy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That showcases that you can do that on Finn. Let's go ahead and get into the next thing. Alright, now let me explain his hit stun on his jabs before we get into the smaller characters like Gizmo. So, his hit stun is different for his jab. So, jab, on the first jab, there's a lot of hit stun. Second jab, not as much. So let's go ahead and showcase what you can do with one jab hit stun. With one jab hit stun, you can do jab downer, you can do jab sleeping bag, throw them off, can edge guard them and all that stuff. You can do jab teleport, which I already explained to you why you would want to do one jab teleport sometimes other than 2 jabs, because off stage they can dodge out of the second jab teleport. But you can also do jab neutral. That's true. That's not true on 2 jabs, by the way. And the last thing that you can do, this is a little more advanced. I'll show you how to do this tech later on in the video when I get to the harder stuff. But you can do jab into side air. That one's a little harder to do. I'll explain that later on. But that's about it for the hit stun explanation. Let's go ahead and get into the next thing. Alright, let's get into everybody's worst nightmare. This little thing, Gizmo. Now, I hate this character. Very small hurtbox with some very annoying attacks, projectiles, big hitboxes. You know the rest. Let's go ahead and show you what you can and cannot do. You cannot do any jabs with him. Any jab stomp. It's not true. It never works. But there is a loop that you can do on him, and it works on all characters except for Iron Giant. I don't even think I need to explain why you can't do it on Iron Giant, but let's go ahead and show you this loop. It is the down air loop. That works, and it's true. You just need to learn how forward you're supposed to go for every down air, because you have to be moving forward for every down air. You have to learn the spacing and the timing. You try to do it from afar, it doesn't work. You have to be close, right up to them. Yep, that's pretty much the loop. Let me show you what you can do with that. Let's go ahead and show you. Alright, now what you can do with that loop is you can get a true 0 to death. And if you use collateral damage, that's some real spice. If you know how to loop downers, use collateral damage. True 0 to death. That's a true 0 to death, by the way. That is a true 0 to death. It works. With collateral damage, you'll be getting more damage, so for the heavier characters, it'll work on some of the heavier characters like Shaggy, Joker, all of them. It works on everybody. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into some more advanced stuff now. Alright, now let's go ahead and showcase the IDA tech. Now, some players know what that is and some players don't. IDA stands for Instant Dodge Attack. I'm sure you've seen players do it on you in some games. I'm going to be showcasing this tech on everybody's favorite wheelchair, Joker. So let's go ahead and showcase you this tech. Now, to do that, you need to dodge up and left or up and right and input the attack you want to do at the same time. Sounds like a lot, but once you get used to it, it's pretty easy. It works with pretty much everything. And yeah, you can use that to your advantage for strings and combos. For some characters it's going to be useful, for some characters it's not going to be as good, but it is still really good to learn nevertheless. Let's go ahead and showcase you some things that you can do with that. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the only IDA tech that I think is worthy of Jason's dodge meter. You can string into anything with this, it's true. The neutral air, it's true. That's 26 damage right there. Now, let's go ahead and showcase the second thing you can do. You can do double neutral airs into the side B. That is 42 damage. You take them all the way off stage, you have pressure, you're edge guarding. Let's go ahead and showcase some other things you can do. Alright, so let's go ahead and showcase you some more of the IDA tech. You can do the down air loop with it. That was almost a kill, 57 damage. That was all true, by the way. Let's go ahead and showcase a more advanced one. Alright, so now we're getting into the crazy territory, where this is all true, but you have to learn and be an expert at this. You got the double neutral air, but you're switching directions. That is a 52 damage combo. It is very flashy, very fun to do, very satisfying to pull off, and it creates pressure because you knock them back. You can either jump at them, go for a grab, or you can reset yourself and put some armor on. Alright, so you can even take advantage of the IDA tech while they're at the edge. That is a 56 damage combo. You could have also gone for a teleport and created some offstage pressure right there. Let's showcase another one. Alright, let me introduce you guys to a tech that I like to call the stomp tech. Now this tech allows you to send the opponent backwards instead of forward with his stomp, which allows you to continue your strings going a little bit longer. Let me go ahead and showcase you what that's like and how to do that. $74 damage, almost a 0 to death. that was a 74 damage combo. The only reason why he died is because he dodged out. I have him on the dodge out setting, but that is true. Very advanced to do, harder to do. I promise, it's very hard to do, but you can hit it because that is true. Let me go ahead and showcase you something else now. Alright, so for some characters, like Black Adam and some of the tank class characters, it actually takes away his reverse Ida tech. The reverse Ida tech only works on some characters. Like I said, this character is very inconsistent when it comes to his combos. The reverse Ida tech is not true on Black Adam, sadly. Let me go ahead and showcase that. It works, but you can't jab or do anything into that, sadly. Let me go ahead and showcase you a couple things that you can do, though. Alright, now what you can do against this character is you can still Ida tech forward on him. So you can do something like this. That's some more newbie stuff. Let me go ahead and show you something more advanced. You can also do the Ida tech into the down air loop after the double. That's 55 damage. You get one read and that's dead, whether it's with a side air or a neutral air grab. Let's go ahead and showcase something else. Alright, so earlier on in the video, in the beginning, I explained that this was a good approach tool because you can close distance with it, create pressure with it, or you can go for the double hit if you actually land a hit on them. But one thing that you can do with this move is this. It's higher in, it's true in higher percentages because the knockback, it stuns longer. That works. You can even do it early on because a lot of people don't expect that. They have to have really fast reaction time for it. Let me go ahead and showcase you another thing you can do with this. Now this one is a little bit more advanced, but it is an approach option that is really good if you learn how to do it. This is down special in the air into a jab jab, and you can combo from there. This one requires timing and a lot of practice to pull off. You have to time this one perfectly, otherwise it won't work. Let me go ahead and showcase you that now. 26 damage. If you approach from a different direction, you can do a jab into a down air loop, or a jab into a down tilt loop, or jab jab down tilt, or whatever floats your boat. Whatever is right depending on the spacing of the map area that you're at. But that is another approach option you can use to get some good damage off. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, now let's go ahead and showcase some reads. Now reads is where this character shines. You get one read off and you're going to do a monstrous amount of damage. This character shines off stage. You want to push them off stage as much as possible. Now if they were to dodge out, say we did a string like that, you just go for a Sarah. That's 33 damage, very easy to get. Let's go ahead and showcase the next read. Alright, so another read you can do is you can do your loop with the down tilt, and if you can't get the teleport off, what you can do is this. And that's a kill. Yep, that's another dodge out read. There's a whole bunch you can do. You can cut it short and even just jump at them and grab them right here and continue the string like that. Because if you didn't know, after a grab, you can do a dash up at them with a dodge, and you can continue a string with another jab. Alright, let's go ahead and get into different dodges. Alright, so first we're going to start off with the simple dodge in read. We're going to have just a nice little 33 damage combo. There you go. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. Alright, now for another dodge in read that's more advanced, we have an Ida tech combo right here. You just grab as soon as the combo's over, and they dodge in, and it's a finish. Just one read. And a lot of the time they're going to be dodging in because they're all the way off stage. Who wouldn't be dodging in? Who's dodging out? Sometimes they'll jump up or sometimes they'll fast fall. And that's okay. I mean, you built a lot of pressure. You built a lot of damage. You just teleport back to the map. Let's go ahead and get into another thing you can do. Alright, so another simple read for people that dodge in is just going for a spike after they dodge in. You can loop this to your heart's content, dude. If they did that, they messed up. True combo, 86 damage, and it was a 0 to death. Yeah, there's a couple things that you can do that will kill very early on and will be 0 to deaths with this character. Just one read, that's all it takes. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. So we also have this one. This one's a little bit harder to pull off because you're going to be changing directions while you grab in the air like that. And yeah, that's 52 damage. Simple, pretty easy to do. Just a grab. That might take a little bit of practice. Alright, let's go ahead and get into some other dodges. Okay, so now we're on the last setting with dodge neutral. Now this one is pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. They're just going to do a neutral dodge and you really just have to time that. Not a lot of people go for neutral dodge unless they like to go for parry a lot, which not too many people do that because people sleep on the parry mechanic. But yeah, dodge neutral, very simple. You just wait for the dodge animation to be over and you punish it with whatever combo starter that you have seen in this video or whatever combo starter suits your heart's content. Let's go ahead and talk about the last thing. I want to talk about perks. Alright, so now for perks. I know a lot of Jason players love running Monstrous Shine, but I will make a separate video on why I don't run Monstrous Shine. I have a lot of reasons that will be explained later on. I run Snowball Effect. Snowball Effect is really good on this character. You can also run Stronger Than Ever because this is really nice when you spawn in after you get ringed out. You can have that armor and you can double stack it with the Rage because a lot of the time they like to run at you and attack you right away. But you're going to have this armor on which will protect you when you're going into your rage form, and that allows you to activate a free rage, which is usually a free approach. I use Snowball Effect for the extra damage because I like my boy to be very strong. Protective Momentum. This is a perk that I see a lot of Jasons use, and honestly it's not bad. I recommend using this against heavy projectile characters such as Marvin and Tom and Jerry. Otherwise, I recommend using one of these two. You can have multiple custom setups, which I do have multiple customs. So yeah, definitely have different custom setups so you can use it on different characters. For my second perk, I use collateral damage most of the time because of the down air loops. Speed Force Assist isn't bad at all. Trust me, it's pretty good because Jason is really slow. Collateral damage is underrated on this character, but I recently picked up Airwalker and I highly recommend learning how to use this perk because there's so many things that you can do with this perk that is very nasty with this character. But yeah, that's pretty much the three best that I would say for Jason is Airwalker, Collateral, and Speed Force. You can choose between those. And for the last perk, no, to nobody's surprise, this perk. I mean, it's just melee damage. But yeah, that's about it. I use Well-Rounded for the extra damage as well. Yeah, that's the perk setup. Alright, now, before I wrap up this video, there's one other thing that I want to talk about with this character. Is, Airwalker, actually. Like I just said. So this perk is really good because of this. Look, armor all the way out here, teleport back. The teleport doesn't waste your armor, don't forget that. The only time it's going to be somewhat stressful is when you're fighting a Wonder Woman, and with Wonder Woman your movement is going to be fast. You can just teleport to the wall, bait out an attack from her, and you can recover or you can try to punish her attack. Now, there's good Wonder Woman players that most likely will not whiff, especially because of how big Jason's hitbox is, but it is definitely possible. I recently fought one of the pro players. His name is Wavy. He was on Wonder Woman, and he was having trouble trying to ring me out off stage. It's a problem. The Airwalker armor is a very strong combo. I highly recommend learning this perk. But yeah, there's one other thing with Airwalker that I want to talk about, is off stage, that move right there. If you hit somebody with that move and you turn around into the blast zone, they're cooked. It doesn't matter what health they're at. Or a lot of people don't expect for you to do that. Even right here, you can do it and then turn around and Sair. And a lot of people don't expect you to do that. It catches a lot of people off guard. I get a lot of early ring outs with that. That's just a little tip that I wanted to throw in. And yeah, that pretty much just explains what I wanted to tell you about Airwalker. Alright, and with that, that pretty much includes the Masters Jason guide. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you learned a thing or two new about this character, and that your future games go great. I know that you guys are going to do it, and you guys are going to hit some very crazy clips and showcase why Jason is a monstrous character. That pretty much wraps it up. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.